Howdy everybody, and welcome to Random Rhapsody's Æther-Shanties. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for the SAGAS campaign, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Alyssa, Joe, KOINES, Nico, and Nobody. Say hi everyone.
Hola.
Howdy.
Hi everyone.
Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting from a word from our sponsor for this campaign, SAGAS. SAGAS stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, and was created by okayest RPGs. SAGAS is a rules-light TTRPG designed to help you easily tell your stories in any world imaginable. Choose from over 100 unique features to build your character, or use the guidelines for quickly making your own unique abilities. SAGAS promotes helping allies over helping yourself, and encourages teamwork in succeeding in challenges. In any setting, SAGAS has provided a smooth integration of rules to create a unique framework to help create your adventures. It uses a check-based roll-under resolution system, which is unique to most TTRPG systems and is a lot of fun. Your character features can change the size of the dice you roll, and your allies can help you by giving you more dice to roll, improving your chances of getting the lowest number possible. If you want to try out the game yourself, there's a free 35-page playtest available on DriveThruRPG. And the Kickstarter for SAGAS has been funded, so will be coming out soon. You can find the link in the chat and show descriptions. As for the rest of this week, Wednesday, we're back with another episode of Sonnet of Blood, our Curse of Strahd campaign. The Conclave expedition has arrived in the town of Varos, finally, and are just getting into the city. There's a lot of stuff for them to see, and it's going to be pretty fun. So make sure you come by and check us out. You can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_rhapsody, on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok as Random Rhapsody_TV. A lot of different stuff. But that's going to be it for the announcements. There's a cat meows in my ear. So join us as we return to the world of Loroupa and join a new group of heroes and their Æther-Shanties. And we're back. So, for this campaign, we offer up the Random Rhapsody coin to whomever gives us the recap of our previous session. If I do the recap, I get the coin, and I get to use it in all manner of ways to hinder the progress of our heroes. And no one really wants that to happen, so somebody's probably going to take up that offer. Well, who wants to give our recap this week?
I will.
Okay. Well, Zolos, tell us what happened last time on Æther-Shanties.
Well, we had just finished that awesome bar fight before, and we were heading back to the barracks. Sarge said we had to get back, get some dinner, go to bed. Very buzzkill. So we get back, and they had this really nice little stew, vegetable stew, mushrooms, things like that. It was pretty tasty. Wasn't like home, but then again, nobody can eat, $2,000-$3,000 or whatever the currency is in our thing for every meal, like my family could. So it's all right. All of a sudden, some bearded, hairy guy, I don't remember his name. He's not that important to me. Busts in with a dead body. Now that's important because I mean, shit, dead body's a dead body. That's kind of cool. Guy was missing his head, and then like his spine too, or something. It was like it was ripped out of him. Very interesting. He had been one of those people that went off to hunt for the thing that had crashed in the woods that the captain and the sergeant were so worried about. So as we're checking the body out, we had just had dinner, so everybody's a little full. Well, everybody but me and Feathers threw up everywhere. It's rather disgusting because I was trying to enjoy. I still enjoyed my meal. Their throwing up didn't stop that. But yeah, they were really kind of grossed out about it. Sarge got pissed. Captain got pissed. The little one tried to mop dirt. I mean, you're mopping dirt. You know what? Maybe it's a thing they do. I don't know. I don't mop. I'm not one of those people. So yeah, we just kind of enjoyed our meal. Went upstairs. They talked about something to do with Æther and Star. You know what? I wasn't really listening. I apologize. I'd love to give you an update on that, but I mean, I just caught an angle of myself and my spoon and shit. I mean, you guys get to see this every day. I don't. I mean, it's great. Yeah, so we're just hanging out, and then late that one night, the captain came home, and well, he wasn't really the captain anymore. And he tried to kill everyone. A lot of people got beat up. I killed the captain, so that means I'm captain now, right, guys? Is that how that works? You keep what you kill, right? That's what this little conclave is. Anybody? No? All right. Well, I'm keeping the sword. That's mine now, anyway. But yeah, as his big horse body was dead on the floor, the Rock and I decided to check out the building while everybody kind of started cleaning stuff up. So yeah, that's where we ended off.
Well, that is where we ended off. I doubt you're going to be able to be the captain, but you do at least get the random Rhapsody coin. So there you go. Make sure you use it. It's only going to last today.
I mean, that's how promotions work, right? You kill your leader and you become the leader.
Yeah, no, that's just not how it works. But good looking out. But what happens is, as you are all kind of looking about, let's go ahead and get some music going, because that's always fun. Because there's some things that actually do end up happening. Well, the first thing that happens is that head explodes outward, almost like a walnut being cracked from within going out. Or, like a chest popper. But no. As the head cracks open and the pieces of the skull falls away, what you see rising up is absolutely horrifying. In the dim light of the lit torches in the barracks, you can all just make out this creature lifting itself up from the skull of your captain. In many ways, it seems to resemble a large bloated tick or a spider, with a bulbous center torso and long, spindly-like legs. Its body seems slick with blood and ichor, so at first you don't notice. But as the creature moves downward from the skull of your captain onto the floor, you can see that there are swirls and ridges along that torso that you, Dr. Bloom, you would be able to recognize from your medical training. It looks very similar to a brain. More details come into focus as this creature moves. You can distinguish parts of bone and spinal column intermingled with nerve cluster as for these legs. You also recognize eyeballs floating in front of the creature on its optic nerves, almost in the way snail's antenna kind of does as it regards each of you in turn.
Y'all, what is that?
The thing that ate the captain, maybe?
What is that? What is that thing? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. What is that thing?
It's a good question. Wish I had a notebook. I need to start sketching this thing.
Well,
Do all our brains look like that?
as you all
This configuration.
As you're all saying this, the creature seems to warble and gurgle, and it kind of sprays a little bit of a shower of blood out onto the table in front of you all. Lark, you can see there underneath the table that glowing shard that almost came out and hit you, that had exploded from the captain's weird device that he was shooting you all with. It's sitting there kind of burning into the stone, sizzling just a little bit, and it catches your eye. But this creature skitters forward around the table a little bit, making an odd sort of warbling sound as it moves. So, to start things off today, I'd like everybody to roll to react to this new threat. So let's go ahead and do that.
That's a 10, right?
Yep, everyone rolls a d10.
Let's see here.
That is a 5 for Zolos.
Dreezy got a 2.
I don't like that thing's name.
Okay, Dreezy, I heard you got a 2. Dr. Bloom, what did you get?
A 4.
4. Skarn, what did you get?
That's a 6.
6. Zolos, what did you get?
A 5.
5. And Lark, what did you get?
4.
4. Okay, here we go in turn order. Dr. Bloom, Lark, 2 of you are tied. Who wants to go first between the 2 of you?
I think Lark should go first.
Okay. Okay, well, let's get this battle underway. There we go. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're starting things off with Dreezy. Dreezy, you see this creature that has just climbed out from the captain, and is now skittering on odd pincer-like legs around behind the fallen body of your boss. What do? You're the first to react.
I'm just gonna grab it. I'm gonna power up my teleportation device and portal over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Is that right? I can move one closer, and then can I use my movement to step over into the square?
Yes, you can.
All right. I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna jump on him like a bucking bronco.
You all watch as Dreezy picks up that odd device that they had recently constructed, gives it a twist, and suddenly, whoop, they disappear and reappear across the room, and then skitters over right next to the creature, which just turns, and those odd little eyes on antennas, like, you are able to see it very clearly now. You're right up next to it. The captain had bright blue eyes, and so does this. In fact, they're very, 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 very similar to the captain's.
Okay. Well, that's creepy.
It is indeed, and it is the creature's turn next. Let's see. Okay, so being that it is this close to you, it sees you there, it is going to, I think... Yeah, it's going to attempt to attack you. You're right there next to it. Or actually, you know what? No, it's not going to do that. I got a better idea. It's looking directly at you. Those very, very centaur-like eyes glaring directly into yours. It then just does this kind of gurgling, sputtering sound from somewhere on the middle of its torso. I'm going to need everybody here, because that's everybody who can see it. Make a check to resist horror. This is going to be a straight D10, and I'm going to need you all to try to hit a 5.
Oof.
Mm.
Okay. Before I call out, does anybody have anything they want to do to try to alter these rolls? No? Okay. Then let's go around the table. Dreezy, what'd you get?
I rolled an 8.
8. That is a failure. You are taking the wound frightened.
Okay. And I regain 1 effort for failing, right?
You do indeed gain 1 effort for failing. I'll give you all the wound here in 1 second, but it's the frightened wound. Let's go to Dr. Bloom. What did you roll?
2.
2. That is a success. Very nice. Lark. Didn't hear you.
4.
4. That is a success. Skarn.
7.
Failure. You are also taking the wound frightened. Zolos.
I got a 5 on the dot.
5 on the dot. That is a success. So here's what the frightened wound is. Frightened creatures must use every action to flee or hide from the object of their terror if they can. At the end of each turn, the frightened creature can make another DC 5 check to overcome the frightened condition. So I will pop that in chat for you so you can remember that.
Our biggest and smallest characters are terrified. Everybody in the middle, we're good.
It's kind of fitting, right?
It's a nice little bookend.
Okay, so Dreezy, Lark, or Dreezy and Skarn, you two are frightened of the creature. It's going to then use its movement to... I think it's actually going to skitter around you, Dreezy, and into the doorway of the next room.
Okay. Get that thing out of here.
You can still see it, though. It is right in the doorway. Lark, you're up next.
Okay. Okay. So... I forget how movement works. I can move into the hex next to mine?
Yes.
Okay. So then I will do that, climbing up onto the table to try and get a better view of what's going on in the room next door. And then what have I got in my equipment? I've got a club and armor. Great. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the captain doesn't have a skull anymore, so I think checking for his pulse is probably counterintuitive. Yeah, it's not, I can't don't have anything, I can't do anything. Okay, you know what, actually, before I move, can I take a closer look at that shard?
It is under the table. It was, it's sticking in the ground right there into the stone. Like, just, it's kind of like a little shard, like, almost think of it like a little bit of a diamond-shaped arrowhead, about an inch or so in length, point sticking down into the dirt. Give me a, you're going to make a perception check, or an intuition check. And yeah, I'd say perception check makes sense. Just calling it that. This is just going to be a straight D10, unless you have something that might help you out with that.
I mean, I'm pretty good at investigating, so...
Oh, we can call this investigation as well, since you have that. Yeah.
Okay.
So is that going to give you a D8 instead?
Yes.
Okay. So this is probably going to be a... Yeah, I'd say this is probably a 6 for you.
That would be a 6. Once again, 4!
Very nice. The thing seems to hum with power, as though there's magic within it. You kind of get the sense that it could be used as a weapon, possibly, or a tool, but for sure, this thing hums with energy, and it's definitely something that probably that creature should not get its little claws on.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up to put it in my pocket, so that way...
Okay. You reach out...
Scary things shouldn't be made scarier.
You reach out and pick up that shard. The moment your hand clasps around it, light fills your eyes as energy begins to fill your body. You go dark in that moment. You can see nothing but darkness, while from everyone else's perspectives, your eyes just light up and glow for a moment. In the darkness, you can feel this sense of power, this beacon of energy just outside of your reach, tempting you, begging you to reach out and grasp it. What do you do?
I'm gonna reach for it.
Describe for us the magic that fills your mind.
Oh god. Oh no. Okay.
Wait, which power did you take? Or which power are you taking?
Think I'm taking. Okay, so as I reach out into it, I just start seeing these spectral images of these different faces of people, of creatures that I've never met or seen before, and yet I oddly recognize them. And as soon as I as soon as my focus shifts to the new one, and then the next one, and the next one, they all kind of float and like almost like a mask is getting applied to my face, and just over and over and over. I took many faces.
Interesting. The ability to change what you look like. I like it. To everyone else's perspective, the moment Lark touches that shard, she just collapses. Eyes glowing, face moving and undulating and changing. And that's kind of freaky. That's it for Lark's turn. Ezra, you're up next.
Ezra rushes over to Lark to check for vital signs. You know, don't want anything terrible happening to them, and I don't know what's happening to any of us. I just saw all these weird things happen to all of us, each and every one of us. Or actually, maybe I didn't. Everything's confusing right now. And so I check Lark for vital signs. I checked my character sheet. I don't know if I have a potion on me, or if Lark has a potion on me, or if I can look for one.
You don't have a potion on you right now, per se. Lark had found one previously in the whatchamacallit, in the armory. Sorry, I couldn't think of that word. In the armory, which is right over here. Unfortunately, that's kind of far from where you are right now. You can make just a medicine check to kind of check out over Lark and see whether or not they're still alive or not. If you want to do that.
This is true. I think I will. I mean, if I check if it's a disease, I can use a D8, but I think I might just do a general medical check.
Okay. That is, I feel like that is going to be just a 7 for you.
7?
Yes.
With a D10, yeah?
With the D10.
That's good. Oop. Are we for real? Out of all the things. Apparently I'm discombobulated.
Yeah, she's dead, Jim. You're fairly certain that she is not alive right now.
Great. So, let's see here. That's all I can do. I did the medicine check. I moved the...
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yep. If you're not still up, I have alternative things I can do. That will hopefully work next time.
Well, you know what? God, yeah. I gave you a 7 because you should be able to figure it out, but...
You're right, though.
Yeah. Ah, well.
The dice chose.
The dice chose. That's just how it is. Zolos,
They
you're
do
up
do that.
next.
Just thinking back to those shards, they hit all of us, right? Did they like embed themselves in us?
Yeah, you cannot see it anymore. It's not there anymore.
So it's like absorbed into our body. Okay,
Mhm.
that's great. Well, seeing that Zarn is freaking the fuck out over the brain that crawled away, he's like, I'm gonna go deal with that, but I got something that can help you. And then he's gonna kind of like clap his hands. He's like, Hydro, I choose you. And he's gonna use 2 of his fucking effort points and call forth his little turtle buddy.
Okay.
And
Wasn't he already called forth?
No, he disappears after a minute.
Oh.
And we've been moving around since the brain hadn't popped out yet.
Fair.
So you've got a rocking little turtle in front of you. And as I'm leaving the square, he's gonna tell him, he goes, help the big guy, look after him, do one of those little dances you used to do for me. And so he's just gonna kind of start. He's gonna start like dancing in place, and then he's gonna start moonwalking in front of you. And so he's just kind of entertain you to help you get out of the funk you're in. Because he figured that's always helped when he was scared when he was a kid, Zolos. If something happened, he always had his friend to cheer him up. So right now his friend is helping Skarn chill the fuck out. And with the trait, it's got 2 health. It pops up. It goes immediately after my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I give it, an order, and it follows that order out. So his order is to, help Skarn.
I don't know if I have a turtle token, but I'll try to find one. But so you use 2 effort to summon the creature, and then it can help others to...
Yes, it gets, because it says I guess shit does it need to be, because here, I'll pop it all up at rank 1. Because it says something about as an action, but it doesn't, I don't know if it means it's my action. Oh my god, that's a lot of text. As an action, I spend 2 points. It's got 2 health, disappears after a minute, or if it loses all of its health. And it follows my commands, like defend me, follow her, stuff like that. And it says, as an action, the tough creature can protect a creature or object in melee. And so the beginning of that turn. So I figured, as him, him protecting him, it's just he's dancing in front of Skarn. I don't know if you'd allow that as a help action, or if it's just protecting would be like a help for them to get out of their funk.
Yeah, so the way it's worded, it's helping, so it would be, it's defending. So the whole point is, if something comes up to attack Skarn, then that's going to defend Skarn.
Yeah, so at least there's that. So while you're somewhat incapacitated, oh my god. Yeah, we gotta find a cute little I'm gonna try and find a cute fucking turtle picture. That's definitely copyright safe. I am not gonna bring Squirtle up in this bitch.
Nah, but there you go. There's a little turtle for right now.
Oh shit! I gotta commission Bree on a second fucking picture of Zolos and a turtle. God damn.
You make your life choices, buddy.
She's already drawn blood from a stone for me. Now I gotta do 2. God. All right, but yeah, then I moved into the next square up. So yeah, you've got Hydro protecting you for now.
I like it. Well, Skarn, it is your turn. So the first thing you have to do on your turn is use your movement and action to get away.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that protection is kind of going to go away immediately because it only works in melee, and I have to spend my turn running. So
yeah, but the braid's far away from you, so
yeah, that's.
Hopefully, it doesn't ever
There's that.
its axe, right, Matt? Right?
You never know, but I will point out that there is a very, very safe and secure jail cell right over here that looks perfect to protect you, Skarn.
Well, there is, but I can't go quite that far, so I'm thinking I might just duck down here behind this wall.
There you go. There is that too. That's it for your turn. So at the end of your turn, you get to redo your roll to resist the frighten condition. It's just a D10, and you're going to be rolling, and you're aiming for a 5.
Okay. See what we got here.
Maybe I should have just gave you my effort point. Oh my god. My
Nope.
2 effort to give you an extra dice instead of giving you a pet turtle.
Well, the good news is that'll put me back up to 2 efforts, so now, in theory, I can help someone else in the future.
Well, that does help a little bit. Okay. Well, with a turtle out on the field and Skarn hiding behind a wall, Dreezy, we're at the top of the turn order with you. And you, unfortunately, are frightened as hell, so you're going to have to use your movement in action to get away from this creature.
Thing is nasty. I never seen nothing like that in my whole life. I gotta get out of here. He just charges over here. He kind of stumbles through these chairs.
Now, you can either use your action to move again, or you can use your action to hide. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide under the table. Hey, what's up, guys? That thing's pretty. Why don't you go out there and get it?
Roll for me a stealth check. If you have anything that can assist you, you can let me know now. Otherwise, I feel like you're aiming for this creature's perception, which is, let me take a look here real quick. That's gonna be a 5. You're aiming for a 5.
Hide inside the captain.
Alright, I rolled a 3.
Hey. Yeah, there's quite a few
The
tables
captain's
over.
blocking the view.
The table's right there. There's some chairs. You just kind of scuttle underneath it and kind of duck down, keeping as much of the wood as possible between you and the creature.
Yep. And then I get to make another check to get rid of the fear.
Yes,
Or
you
try
do. It's a D10, and you're aiming for a 5.
A 2.
2. That
Shake
is
it
a
off.
success. You can remove the wounded frightened condition.
Nice.
Next up is the Cerebral Stalker's turn. The creature is kind of ducked in there in the captain's office, and it kind of warbles one last time, and then you see the door close.
Oh, well, that's probably alright. It's just going to do some paperwork.
Like, hey, that's my room now. You don't get in my bed.
You hear some scuttling a little bit, but that's about it. However, afterwards, after about a moment, you hear a sound of breaking glass.
What was that?
Lark, you awaken. Your eyes go wide, scaring the shit out of Dr. Bloom, who's kind of right over you. Who apparently was thinking... Your mind is filled with the ability you have just gotten. Your face kind of warbles and undulates a little bit, and then reforms back into your face. What do you do?
Is it where? Why are we all under the table?
Because there's a gross, monstrous thing that was right. We could. You fainted. You became all weird in your faces. Yeah. There's so many faces. I thought you were gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Think so? I think so. Okay, I'm going to, go ahead and move to over here. And I'm gonna try to open the door.
It's not locked. You can open it just fine.
Okay. I'm gonna peek inside.
As you peek inside, you can see that the creature has kind of half climbed up the windowsill, has broken out the window in the captain's office, and is currently trying to pull itself up and out the window.
What's happening in there?
Yay! All I have is the freaking club.
Can you throw it?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to throw the club.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely throw the club. You don't have any abilities that pertain to, like, ranged attacks, do you?
I don't think I have any abilities for attacking at all.
Didn't you guys use a crossbow in the last fight with the captain?
We have crossbows. Because we were on guard duty. Don't we?
That's true, you do
We
have
were on guard
crossbows.
duty, we have crossbows!
I'm pretty sure you got a crit on him with one. You got a crossbow.
Oh, I should add that to my equipment. Okay. Okay. So then I wanna try and shoot him.
Okay, let me check the range of the crossbow real quick.
There.
Where is a crossbow? It's a small projectile. Okay, it can be used to attack targets at close range. So you are out of close range with it. You can still attack, however, it's going to be a D12.
I'll give it a try, cause why not?
Okay. You're aiming for a 5.
D12 and
Hey!
Hell yeah!
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. That's a critical, baby.
Maybe I should have taken energized projectile. Jesus.
But you know what? It's still 2 points of damage to the creature. You fire your shot, it goes flying through the air, striking the brain-looking thing. It cries out in pain. It looks very bloodied at this point, but it is still up.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna move so that I'm no longer like in the doorway, so that other people can get a shot too. That's it. That's
absolutely.
That's what I did.
Hey,
I did the do. That's it.
You did the deed. Good job. That's it for your turn. Ezra, you're up next.
I mean, that looks as good of a plan as any. I don't think I want this Eldritch Abomination running amok the villagers. I will also take a shot.
Okay, you got that crossbow. Same circumstances. Rolling a D12, aiming for a 5.
Well, look at that.
Alright.
I was worried about that one. Matt?
Sorry about that. Dr. Bloom, you raise up your crossbow. You aim. Tell us how this looks as you take out this creature.
Ooh. Rushing to get in the doorway beside Lark. I look into the office. I look at this creature kind of just barely hanging on to the ledge of the window. And I try to aim as closely to one of its eyes as possible. Because as much as it breaks my heart to look at the captain's eyes, I'm like, this is not you. And then I just shoot.
As your arrow or crossbow bolt goes flying through the air, it pierces directly through that eyeball, going through that and into the brain itself. The creature twitches, letting go of the ledge, and drops to the floor, apparently dead.
Why did you use that word? It's very-
Apparently dead?
It's dead. It's dead. With the creature unmoving, like it twitches a few more times and then crumples and goes limp. And as it does so, you all kind of take a moment and look at one another. The threat seems to be over. But all of you are in so much pain.
Yeah.
You all slump to the ground, just taking a moment to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, because that was something. In this moment, what do you do? Yeah, I don't like that.
Gonna slide, gonna lean against the wall and slide down onto the floor.
Is that normal for centaurs?
Not from what I've experienced.
Okay, cool. Cool. That brings up a whole lot of other questions.
Is there some sort of container box nearby? Kind of afraid to touch it, but I kind of want it not out in the open.
What you want a doggy bag for later?
I mean, yeah, there's probably like empty crate or something like that. There's no like real good medical equipment or anything, but you could find a wooden crate.
Then I'll probably with some gloves. Not even. I'll literally take the crate and turn it upside down and try to sort of scoop it in and then close the lid on it.
Like you use the lid to kind of push it a little bit and wiggle it to get it all in. It makes this kind of sickening sound as you're moving it. There's no real there's a little bit of bone structure in like the legs, a little bit around the base of the thing, but the torso, the brain matter is very, very soft and squishy. Well, about as soft and squishy as skin, you kind of notice. Like, you're not puncturing it. It's not oozing into jelly or anything. Definitely seems firmer than the brains that you've dissected back when you were in school. It is odd looking. If you like, you can make a... you can kind of take a moment to analyze it and get your medical opinion if you'll want.
That sounds good. And I have bare minimum, I have investigate for that.
Okay, you can make an investigation check. This is less about how high you can roll, or there's no. This isn't a DC. The information you gather is going to be based on how high you roll. So just go ahead and give me a roll, and we'll see what you get.
Well, while they're setting that up, Zolos would kind of like kneel down, talk to his little buddy. He's like, I guess you're going to disappear in a bit, Hydro. I guess I'll have to see you again sometime soon, all right? And then if anybody remembers late 80s, early 90s rapper Tone Loc, that's the voice that Zolos hears in his head. He's just going to hear, Tone Loc Turtle just saying, he's like, yeah, baby, I'll see you later. And he starts rapping, Wild Thing to himself as he disappears.
Why the hell not? Skarn, Dreezy, what are you two up to?
Given Skarn's upbringing, they're kind of a military kid. I think probably they're just stumbling out to try and go find Sergeant Varamax.
That's fair. Dreezy, how about you?
Just fully on autopilot, stumbling.
Down on the floor, looking around for any more little shiny glowing rocks.
You're going to make for me a perception or investigation check, anything like that.
Check on her goo check.
What's the DC?
This is going to be a... Now, there's not a whole lot to see, so this is going to be a 3.
A 7.
Okay. You're moving around, examining the area, looking specifically for any remnants of that device the captain had. Unfortunately, you find very nothing more than ash, really white light ash, that sort of thing. That's really about it, unfortunately. Bloom, with your 4 that you rolled, you can definitely tell that this at one point had been the captain's brain. You have your gloves on. You're kind of doing a rudimentary check using what tools you have in the area to do this examination. The eyes are obviously his. The brain obviously his. As you're examining this thing, it definitely looks as though the spinal nerves have been grafted into parts from the spinal column itself, and the clavicle bones all seem to have been broken apart and melded together to create the legs of this thing. You don't see anything that resembles a stomach or a mouth. On the underside, you can see more bits of the skull, little bits of tendon and nerves and stuff like that. And in this area of plating, you can see that there is... There's this gap that's right there that seems to, when you kind of move it and wiggle it back and forth, that's what creates the sounds you all were hearing. But there's no mouth, there's no digestive tract of any sort. So what sort of creature this, how it gets its nourishment from is kind of beyond you at this point. But it seems that you also can see areas of, discoloration of it almost looks like an infection at first glance, and you kind of look it over and try to really get close and examine it. Unfortunately, it's kind of beyond you at this point. You would need to take some time to dissect it and really study it to get much more information about that. But based on just a preliminary examination, something infected the captain and forced his brain to change. This is not a natural thing by any stretch of the imagination, or at least not something you've seen or heard of existing on Loroupa.
It's dead, right, Doc?
Thankfully, I'm pretty sure it is actually dead.
You're 100% sure? I mean, the ink can't go back in the squid, right? I mean, it's kind of out. I mean, it's...
By that logic, it's got to be dead.
Right,
Also, we're putting it in this box. There's a lid on this box. There's a reason why I wanted it in the box.
Is the lid on the box yet?
Yeah, she's put the lid on the box.
Shit.
Yep, lid.
I mean, he goes, I
didn't close it yet.
Oh, yeah, well then. He's like, well, I'm just going to make sure.
Okay.
He's going to take the long sword that he still had and just kind of right in the middle of the brain and just kind of like squish it around a little bit. Just kind of like,
I definitely gave you gloves beforehand.
Well, no, he's using a long sword, so he doesn't need the gloves. So he's like, he just kind of slides it in. It's like he feels it hit the bottom of the box, pulls it up and up and down once or twice, and
as you do that, stabbing it in, the creature's legs start twitching, and for a moment you freak out, thinking that it's alive still, and you keep stabbing it repeatedly, until it eventually stops moving altogether.
All right, I'm good.
Appreciate your service.
This is nice. He's gonna go over. He's gonna sit down on the captain, his chair, put his feet up on his desk. Be like, "This is great, guys. I hope you guys can make this rank one day."
Skarn,
you want one of us to kill you?
You know what? I'm. You know what? If that happens to me, I'm not against it.
Good to know. Well, Skarn, you are outside limping along looking for somebody to help you. You do see some guards starting to run up from the center of town. They have spears in hand. There's 3 of them. They're running up towards you, and they're like, "What's going on? We are told there's an attack in the barracks. There's sounds of battle going on. Some people alerted us."
Yeah, Skarn is a real mess right now. They've got like a big scorch mark where they got hit by that energy beam. The skin is all just that sort of yellowed tone that marble turns when you burn it. They're just really not looking good, and I think they're just sort of moving out of instinct, really. So when folks are approaching, I think they're just need a sergeant. Everything's bad. Situation's resolved, but everybody's dead. Oh, it's bad. It's so bad.
They kind of run up and look at you. Oh my God! You look terrible. That's
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's great for the ego.
Are you? How are you standing?
Because I gotta be.
One of them tries to help you and let you lean on him, but you're massively heavy, and I don't know how well that would actually work.
840 pounds, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work for you, but they're trying to assist you, and at your words that everyone's dead, the other 2 go running off into the barracks. to see what's going on. The guy that's trying to help you, he is a satyr. He yells to a couple of the nearby townspeople, "Go get the sergeant! There's something bad happened! Hurry, hurry!" As he's trying unsuccessfully to help you back into the barracks.
Yeah, that'll do. Chain of command fulfilled. That's... Okay, I can fall down now.
And you definitely do, taking out that poor satyr with you.
Oh no!
Just thunk right down onto him. Help! Help! Our scene moves back to the barracks where two of the guards come running in, seeing Dreezy on the ground under the table, looking for the remnants of that object and finding nothing. Wait! Oh my gods! They both exclaim in unison at seeing the corpse of the captain with lacking the top of a head and a little goblin under the table next to it. That's an interesting sight. One goes running over to you, Dreezy, and is like, "What happened? What happened? Did you do this?"
Captain went crazy. Shot us with some crazy energy beam, but I snatched up a piece for myself. Yeah, we had to take him down. His brain exploded and turned into some other little creature. Go check it out in the other room.
Make for me a persuasion check. Do you have anything that'll give you something better than a D10?
I don't believe so.
Okay, this is going to be the D10 then. Let's go middle of the road at 5.
Okie dokie. A 9.
Oof. What are you talking about? The captain's head exploded? What are you doing down there? Get up! Where's everybody else? And the other guard goes running off towards the door and kind of looks into the captain's room where the rest of you all are standing, and Zarn is kicking his feet up on behind the captain's desk.
Zolos is.
Yeah, Zolos is. He sees this and is like, "What is... Murderers! Murderers! All of you, put down your weapons right now!"
How do we know you don't have that thing?
What thing?
You might kill us like he killed them.
What are you talking about?
Wait,
You killed all of these
people. Is this a person of authority?
This is a person of authority, in so much as it is another guard. Like, you're all about the same rank, but in this moment...
Well then...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well...
Oh.
So, like, they're not in authority over you directly, but they are, like, seeing everything, which they've seen, like, a bunch of dead bodies in the barracks. They've seen the dead captain. You're all standing around it, covered in blood and burns and everything else, and Zolos is sitting behind the captain's desk. So this doesn't look great for y'all.
Anybody have a decent persuasion, by the way?
I'm not meek. So...
Well, you are not meek right now, so what are you gonna do?
What was the name of our sergeant?
Varamax.
Varamax. Okay. And Varamax went back out, right? To try and find... Yeah.
Yeah, Varamax stayed at the gate.
Yeah. Well, what happened what happened to Sergeant Veramax? Where's Sergeant Veramax? He told us to come back, and everyone was dead, and then the captain tried to kill us, and I want the sergeant here.
This is going to be another persuasion check, trying to assert the fact that you aren't responsible for this. The difficulty is definitely going up at this point, because, you know, Dreezy already kind of failed once, so the difficulty is going to be a 4.
Great. Okay.
Is there any way we can help?
You absolutely can.
I can show them the box of goo.
Yeah, I didn't dissolve it. I mean, it's still a brain. It's just got a lot of, stab wounds in it.
No, we have the rest of the creature that took over the captain in this box.
Okay.
Right here, if you want to look at it.
How much effort do you have, Dr. Bloom?
2.
Then yeah, you can absolutely help out Lark with this. So that's going to be 2 dice you're rolling, Lark. D10s unless you have something to give you a D8.
Do I?
Didn't you sweet talk to the people at the bar? Didn't you have something then, or?
No, that's because I impersonated the captain's voice.
Mimicry, that's right, yeah. Got you.
That might not be a great one to do right now.
Yeah, no. No, I don't have anything that's going to...
Okay.
Do I have to roll
Yeah,
my meek again?
No, you do not have to roll your meek again.
Okay.
You already stood up for yourself. So you're good for there. So you're going to roll 2d10, and
2d10.
you're aiming for a 4.
Okay. 2d10. Aiming for 4.
Oof.
I rolled a 1 and a 7.
An 8 and a 7.
No, it's a 1 and a 7.
We only got one
no.
of those rolls.
No, that first one
7 and 8.
was,
It's a
yeah.
7 and 8. Never
It
mind.
rolls, it shows them both if you click on the 7.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that is a failure.
Ooh,
The guards...
Do I
Yes.
get effort for that?
You do get a point of effort back for that. But the guard is like, this is all very suspicious. We have the sergeant being called forth, but I need all of you to put down everything right there. You, Zolos, that's the captain's longsword. Put that down right now.
Yeah, he tried to kill me with it. So it's mine now.
So the way it looks to me is you killed him.
No, actually, see what happened here, gentlemen. I know maybe you're not as, experienced in the army as I am. I am the captain now, by the way. You keep what you kill. We were up
That's not a
preparing
thing.
for bed. Yeah, well, it is now, since I am the captain. We were prepared for bed, heard a ruckus, come down and see all the bodies strewn everywhere, go to knock on the captain's door to make sure he's all right, and whatever the hell he turned into came out. You remember the body without the head? Same fucking deal. So unfortunately, when he attacked me as I knocked on his door to see if he was all right, we had to defend ourselves. And by the way, I don't think you want to see the little brain. I don't think you want that thing coming after you. So you can thank us for taking care of it. And he's just kind of standing there with yes, he's probably got some blood on him, but it somehow works with his outfit. And he's just looking fabulous.
Okay, so what are you trying to do here,
Blood splatter
Zolos?
looks
So you're
just
trying to
pretty
be
much-
deceptive, or...
No, he's just telling them, he's telling them the truth. He's like, hey, this is exactly what happened. And he's just saying, he's just trying to use his honeyed words. He's got sweet talk. Just explain, saying, hey, this happened to us, not because of us. Also, where's the bearded guy? The guy that went off with the captain. Surprisingly, he's not here. Let me guess. Guess the captain killed him.
Well, you're going to try to use those honeyed words. That's going to give you a D8 for this check. The difficulty is still going up because there's been 2 failures so far.
Okay.
So you're aiming for a 3 here.
That's wonderful. Thanks, guys.
Can anybody help Zolos right now?
I have 0. Oh, I have 1 effort. I got an effort
I can.
back. Okay.
How much? It costs 2 effort to help, right? Or 1?
2.
I got 2. I'll come over there and lend a hand.
Okay. Dreezy, you can come over there and lend your aid as well. This will give you, Zolos, another dice to roll. So that helps out a lot. What do you say in support, Dreezy?
You can do it, buddy! I believe in you!
Ooh,
Wow!
Right.
wow.
That's all he needed.
Excuse me.
That is what you needed. You're definitely not the captain now, but the guard, hearing your words and seeing the offered corpse from Dr. Bloom, the guard's like, okay, everyone is staying right where you are until the sergeant comes and we figure this whole thing out. This is madness. This is crazy. He looks very, very put off, but at least he's not putting you all in prison, which was going to happen if you failed. So that's good, right? Fortunately,
Look, this isn't madness, this is Monnos!
Yes. And perhaps, we can get somebody in here to help start cleaning up these bodies for us, huh? How about that? He's kind of laying it with his captain.
yeah, he's taking the sword away from you.
Yeah!
Oh, I'll get that back.
He takes it, and he is going to be put. He does take away everyone's weapons for the moment, and tells you all to stay put here in the office. We're waiting for the sergeant to arrive, and Sergeant Varamax
Bring
does
us
show
some
up.
stew, too, we're tired!
Some stew too.
Zolos, why do you even want it? I mean, you got stabbed with it, right? Wouldn't you not want a thing that stabbed you hanging around all the time?
Well, I don't think of things that way. It's a lot better than a club. Plus, it was just pretty cool. Come on.
The sergeant arrives probably about 5 minutes later, and the scene is not the greatest in the world for you all, but the sergeant is at least willing to listen because they did send you all to go check on the captain earlier. So you do have a reason for being here. You all give them as much of a accurate recount as you can for what happened. You all showed up. The captain was looking really weird and then shot you all with this odd device. You were able to fight him and make him drop the thing, which shattered. You're all able to stop the captain who was trying to kill you all, but then that thing crawled out of its head. Here's my question. Do you all reveal what happened when the weapon exploded? Do you reveal your powers? It doesn't look like anybody does.
Well, okay, how...
Zolos is really the only one to actually use his power, though, right? Well, no, you...
Yeah, I did. I teleported.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
yeah.
what the heck. I shout, well, I've been working on the device for a little while, but I was just having trouble with the flux capacitor, bringing the power conduit in there, and this thing explodes everywhere, and I see a little shiny rock. You know how I am with shiny rocks, and I just jam it in there, and poof, I'm teleporting across the room.
Oh, what was their voice? Oh, wow, that's amazing. You found a piece of weird tech from the cat. That sounds like it was. Was that the only piece that you were all able to find, or is there anything else remaining?
I mean, they're pretty thoroughly gone, I'd say.
Yeah, about that, I mean, I remembered something hitting me, but I mean, I've just got a wound. And I think I hallucinated, and I saw something from my childhood, and it was a little weird. But yeah, no, I don't know where I mean, is the gun still there, or did that blow up, completely?
No, that blew up completely. Dreezy went and looked for anything remaining. There's nothing remaining other than what, absorbed into your bodies and the thing that Dreezy found to insert into their device.
Because he didn't have something like that when he left. So I think whatever's in the woods, he got it there? I don't know. It's all very strange, Sergeant. But I mean, you know what? We'll talk about this in your performance review, because I am the captain now.
You're not the captain, Zolos.
God, can I at least be like the corp? I mean, like Sergeant First Class, over these people, obviously. He's going to kind of lean into the sergeant. He goes, because, I mean, look at me and then look at all of them, right? He's like, come on,
that's not how the military works.
Like a platoon leader?
Just tell him you shot the sheriff, but not the deputy.
Yeah, hey, I unfortunately was the one that had to strike the final blow on the captain. But I would never do that to you.
They kind of scowl at you a little bit and says, you all look as though you've been through hell. I want you all to head up to your barracks for now. We're going to be sending the town apothecary up to tend to those wounds that you all have. I want you to remain there for the time being. I'm going to... I will speak with each one of you in turn once you're approved by the healers to be able to be up and move around again. We will take your statements, of course, and we will be doing a thorough investigation of everything that happened here. But based on what you've told us, don't worry. You're not in danger of any court-martial or anything like that. The lives of our comrades is a terrible, terrible tragedy. And we will have to see to funerals for all of them. But for now, that's not your problem. Your problem is getting upstairs and being seen by the apothecary. So head on up there.
How do we know it's safe?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the captain still looked like the captain. He acted a little funny, but still looked like himself. Until, the thing exploded out of his head. How do we know it's safe? What if someone else has the brain that wants out?
Yeah, we gotta figure out where they came from and if there's more than one, or if it's just a spontaneous thing. Is sentient brain just a thing that happens to people? I don't... Ooh, brain legs. Interesting. I'm gonna have to ask a lot of questions about that later.
What if everybody's got a brain with legs inside of them? That's too creepy for me, I don't know.
As long as it stays inside.
Is that one guy that came in that was all aggroed with him, calling them murderers? Is he in the room?
Say that one more time.
The one soldier that was like kind of came in all with his feathers all in a bustle, accusing them of being murderers. The one that I guess that Zolos sweet talked to not arrest them immediately. Took the sword from them.
Yeah, no, they're not in the room right now.
Right. Well, he would kind of look out. He'd lean into the sergeant. He described that guy perfectly. He goes, I'd check that one out. I think he might have a brain bug. Because he was very rude, took the sword from me, very rude, didn't even give me a claim ticket to get it back. I'd check him out, okay?
Lay it on me. Give me some honeyed words roll.
Oh, shit. I was God damn it, Joe. Stop bullshitting.
I feel like you got to roll pretty high for this one. Let's go with a 4.
Oh, God damn it, Joe. Why do you... At least I get a D8. Yeah!
Incredible.
Nice.
Jesus.
You know what? This is really kind of fleshing out my ideas for what Zolos is going to be tonight. I am so sorry, the rest of you.
Yeah, so the sergeant says, well, that's good to know. I will definitely check them out and see if they have any signs of what the captain shows. Well, good to know. You can't have the captain's sword. That's the captain's. But
Well, I mean,
you all need to get to bed.
I mean, he doesn't really need it. We'll talk about it later. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh wait, it's this was not a sir.
Them.
This is them.
But no, it's still sir.
Oh, well, I guess you
they
would
are,
say
yeah, it's still higher
military
rank.
connotations. So. Yeah, so I mean, even women are called. Well, no, I guess
Sir,
they would
yes.
be called man.
Everybody's
he
called
would-
sir. in
Yeah,
the
yes, sir.
military.
Yes, sir. You know what? He's gonna kind of give that, that sassy salute.
Mhm.
And he's like, right away.
And I think that's probably a good place to end things for this evening, for now, because we got to go on break. So let's go ahead and take 10 minutes, folks. And when we return, our heroes will be seen by the apothecary and healed up a little bit. So that's good. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes have been sent to their barracks quarters, and the apothecary has been summoned to see about laying on some healing. The rest of your day is spent there, being checked out by the healers. Dr. Ezra, I'm sure you spent some time assisting as well because you are the local doctor. But the apothecary actually comes in bringing the things necessary, like, potions and herbs and things of that nature to help bandage you all up and get rid of some of those wounds y'all are carrying. You all then head off to bed, and you're not aroused again until the middle of the next day. So everyone can go ahead, remove any wounds you have, and heal yourselves up to full.
Nice.
This would be good sleep.
Do we get our effort back after a long rest?
You do get your effort back.
Okay, cool.
I have to make a check.
You get 'em- Oh,
Yeah.
The saddest owl.
yeah, that narcolepsy, that does kind of suck.
Insomnia.
Or insomnia, yeah, whatever.
It's the exact opposite.
Exact
Matt.
opposite, I know. I realized it after I said
What you
it,
meant.
like, no. You know what I mean, damn it.
It's the same difference.
Same difference.
Same, but different.
But yeah, that insomnia.
Do I roll? I forget. Do I roll a d12 for it?
Yeah, I believe you do roll a d12. Let me read it one more time, just so I know for sure. Let's see. You must succeed on a difficulty 8 check to gain any benefits from a rest. So yeah, looks like it is a 12, and it is going to be you're aiming for an 8.
Are you for real? Oh. Okay, so my question then becomes, because the apothecary was there the night before, are my wounds at least healed?
Yes, your wounds are healed and your hit points have been restored. You are just not gaining effort back from this.
Okay, that is sad. But do I get one back for failing this?
Yes, you do get a point back for failing it, because that is
Hell
a
yeah.
failure. Yeah.
Okay.
So
great.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
middle of the road, but not horrible. Anyway, eventually, you are kept there, kind of sequestered. There's a lot less people in the guards' company right now, the militia. Half of them are kind of dead, so that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for a whole lot of things. And your group are kind of kept to yourself. There is a guard that is stationed outside your room. He's not really there to stop you from leaving unless you actually try to leave. But they're mainly in case you need anything. But for the most part, for much of the morning, you're at least left to your own devices. So if there's anything you want to do inside the room, you can feel free to do so now. I don't know if anybody has any prepping things they need to do or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little tinkering and assemble another little Molotov cocktail.
How does everybody feel about seeing Dreezy over there fiddling around with their chemical components and putting everything into a jar with a wick in it?
Oh, Zolos is on the other side of the room. He's fine. I'd like to think, because he feels so entitled, he did take the bed that's off on its own, kind of, just to feel a little bit separate from everybody.
That tracks. That tracks.
I'm writing another letter home to my folks, telling them the insanity that happened.
Okay. Dreezy, was there anything you had to roll for your thing?
That's what I was looking right now. Difficulty 6 check. If you fail, the explosive detonates in your zone. Okay.
Comforting.
Okay, making that difficulty 6 check, you're using a D10.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
God.
Does anybody
The red
help?
wire goes here, the blue wire goes there. Oh wait, that's wrong.
Oh no.
Putting wires in a Molotov cocktail, yeah, I'd say it's wrong.
Yep.
So let's see here. Everyone within 15 feet of Boomy is just gonna take some burn damage here.
Shit.
You're outside of... Oh, no, you're
Where am I?
you're up. Yeah, you're just inside of
No.
some singed feathers.
Yeah, everyone but Zolos is gonna be taking some damage.
But I'm writing a letter, so I'm sitting up against the headboard.
I'm gonna
She's
need
small.
everybody to
Is there no
roll
like?
to.
Is there no like save?
Yeah, basically what it is everybody's going to have to make a roll to react. These are D10s unless you have something that allows you to make it a D8 or lower. I doubt anybody does, but you might. If you succeed, you're only taking 1 point of damage. If you fail, you're taking 2.
Would hesitant impact this
I'm
roll?
sorry.
Armor help us?
Does
Are you
armor
wearing
help
it?
us?
Armor-
It says our basic armor on avoid checks to make against unpowered attacks.
Oh, I
Use a D8.
think this be powered
D8?
though.
No, it's still a common explosive, right? I don't think it counts
Okay.
as powered. Powered's like magic power, basically. Right?
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to allow it. You can do this as a D8.
But would hesitant impact this?
Yes, that's the next thing I need to look at. Let's take a look at your hesitant struggle real quick.
Meanwhile, Zolos is writing letters to his mom, to his
Yes, it
mentor
does.
Zanny. It's like he goes, things are going
Wearing
great.
armor.
I killed the
So
captain. Aren't you proud?
it's going to level you out as a D10.
That was better than I thought. What's the difficulty?
It looks like it's a 4.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah, it's a 4 to try to avoid this right here. So everyone who's not Dr. Bloom or Zolos, give me a roll to avoid here. You're using that D8, which is good. Your difficulty is a 4. Zolos, you're just out of the range. You're fine. Nico, you're rolling a D10.
Welp.
Okay.
Did you all? Oh, why do you do that? At least.
What did I do?
Oh,
Ah.
shit. At least one of you is dead.
Yeah, so
Jeez Louise!
Boomy has like
two of us.
the
Two
black
of us
soot
rolled
all over
critical
his face. He
fails.
goes, "Oh, that didn't turn out how I thought."
yeah, those of you who failed, you're taking 2 points of damage. Those of you who succeeded, you're taking 1 point of damage, as the entire half of the barracks room just goes up in flames.
Oaks.
Yeah?
Oh shit!
And here's the guy that almost took the power control water.
So this is, so your room is now on fire. Everyone has to go running to the other side as the bunk beds just immediately alight with fire. Whoosh!
I think a couple of them aren't running anywhere.
Who's unconscious right now?
Me?
I think you and Lark.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Skarn, you've got thick skin, right? So you got an extra.
Yeah.
You had 3, just like Zolos. So you've got 1
I
health.
did,
remaining.
but I do feel obligated to point out that I did roll a critical fail there. Does that increase the damage?
Let me double check.
I mean, mine was also
Like, not to ask
critical
a GM for
fail,
homework.
so
I kind of Oh, but don't forget, those of you who failed, you do get to gain an effort point back if you're missing any.
to use any yet? We just woke up, Matt.
I know. I know. Ugh.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm not seeing anything, so I'm gonna say no right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank goodness
yeah,
for that.
this isn't Pathfinder, so you're not gonna take any extra damage, but you're still up. Dreezy and Lark are unconscious. The room is set ablaze. What do you who are still up do?
I mean, is there any kind of, Loroupan firefighting equipment
Oh yeah.
anywhere?
Oh yeah, like so, and any room that has like a furnace in it or something like that, there's always like buckets of sand that are nearby that are there just to help put out fire. That's just very standard procedure. So there is stuff that you can go grab and run and start trying to put this out. Is that what everybody's doing?
Now, are their bodies covered in fire as well, or could he drag them out potentially?
Well, you're definitely going to have to drag them out real quick because if they stay there long, they're going to be like burnt to death. So
Yeah, I think this is
I have,
as well, because like
I do have heat
they're
resistance,
in it,
so I can't receive wounds from fire or flames, but I still take damage from them.
yeah, so you're not taking any wounds, and Skarn, Zolos, I imagine the two of you are like grabbing the two unconscious people and pulling them out.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
As you do that, the sergeant and the guard that's been outside your door come bursting in like, "What happened? Oh my God, what happened?" They come rushing in and they're helping you all put out the flames. And yeah. Doc, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, because I had such a bad sleep, I don't have the extra effort to heal any wounds. So I'm gonna just I wanna just check to make sure that they're okay.
Now, don't forget, people can give each other effort. As an action, you can communicate with a PC and give them some or all of your effort. There is no range limit to how long. There's no range limit as long as you're able to communicate with them. So someone could give you effort.
Does anyone have effort to spare?
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. We just woke up.
So I will take somebody's effort to help heal one of the wee ones. Which of the wee ones are we going to heal up first?
I'd say take the one that's closest to you. Take Lark, because she can take wounds.
This is fair. Sounds good.
Plus, I mean, not to play favorites or anything, but Lark hasn't blown us up once.
As a doctor, I'm trying to be impartial and not choose favorites, which is why I asked the two of you. But I think that's fair. Okay, so we're gonna spend that effort for the paramedic.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you share your effort, giving him two. That way, the doctor can actually do some healing. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about your healing ability.
So, Dr. Bloom's kind of old-fashioned, and somehow in the fray of all of it. Well, actually, no, that's not even it. In one of his little breast pockets, he always has something like a salve or like bandages on his person. So we drag Lark a little further to the side, check to make sure where the wounds are, and just put a salve on, wrap her up, like very old school in that regard.
Okay.
Nothing flashy here. Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to be rolling a D10 here. You're kind of putting out flames and patching up the burns and that sort of thing. I think it's probably going to be I would say an 8. It's not like too difficult because although she has like taken some burns and that sort of thing, it's not like the worst.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good.
I just realized I'm probably gonna like kill everybody and burn this place down on accident.
That's why we gotta get out of here.
Probably.
Yeah, the sooner we get out of the building, the better, just
Yeah.
based on our history here.
Yeah.
Find on the wall.
So good news is that with that 2, you are able to patch up Lark at least enough that it removes any wounds that she might have had. So we'll say that you can give her 1 hit point from this. While that's going on, Skarn, Zolos, are the 2 of you heading back into the barracks to help put out the fire that Varamax is currently trying to deal with?
I think I'm probably not, right? Because if I'm giving Dr. Bloom my effort, that probably means I'm staying on site and acting as, like, not a medic, Skarn's not trained in that, but certainly a gopher.
Sure. Okay, that's fair.
Well, shit. I was gonna say I was gonna give effort to heal Boomy, but I was like, he does want to go in and help with the fire. Decisions. He's just unconscious, right? He's not dead.
Well, he is unconscious. There are some conditions that go along with that. Technically, when you go to 0, you either fall unconscious or try to do a last stand. I've just been assuming that you're doing the unconscious thing.
I can't imagine he's not standing it right now.
Yeah.
To kill us all with that last stand.
I mean, I'm not going to judge. If that's what you want to do, Boomy, please tell me.
Not right now.
I mean, he'll assume the doc can help and take care of it, so he would go help put out the fire. Not that I'm, 3.5 years of friendship with the campaign with KOINES. I'm not letting him die. I'm not choosing to actively kill him, but he is gonna be because their group looks extra suspicious, and he also wants that sword, so he's gonna make himself as invaluable as he can.
Okay, so you're gonna head in to help the sergeant and the guard put out the fire. This is gonna be a D10 check. I feel like the DC for this is gonna be a 5.
D10. Come on, submit. Ooh, it's 3.
3, very nice. So you go help the sergeant and the guards, putting sand on everything, dousing the flames. It's gonna be a massive mess. But good news is that after about 30 minutes or so of fighting fire, you are able to put out all of the fires that are all over the bunk beds. In that time, does anybody else give the doctor enough effort to assist Dreezy?
I think that's maybe what I'm doing. I'm not super sure.
Well, you've
that's
already
right.
given
Proportionate
2.
that.
You've already given the 2 that you
I'm
have, so
sorry.
you cannot.
But
We
Skarn
have
can
the
give 1. Wait, no, that was the
No, that was
shot
the one
character.
shot.
Damn it.
Unfortunately.
Damn it.
I need
I've been struggling with
one.
that too.
Yeah.
Lark,
I
you
mean-
could pass over your effort if you wanted to.
Lark's awake.
So does that mean
Sure.
I'm passing 1 or both?
You can pass one or both. It's up to you. I'm happy to take 1 because I have 1 because I failed
Okay.
my insomnia check. Let's do 1.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I will do the thing again.
Okay, go ahead and make that same roll you made before. You're rolling to healing. For healing, difficulty is an 8.
It is an 8. Boom. Cool.
There you go.
Cool.
So, Dreezy, you are brought back to consciousness. I'm being generous and giving you both 1 hit point. Otherwise, it's going to take a lot longer for this episode to get going.
I'm sorry.
Both of you
Dreezy
have...
just looks shocked, like he's still got his tools in his hand, but he's like covered in soot, and it's just like, oh, what happened?
Stay still. Just gently swapping. Just just a minute.
So your paramedic ability allows you to remove 1 wound, 1 severity, correct, from each of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2 of you each have the life-threatening injury of severity 2 instead of 3 because you both went unconscious.
Like that.
So this took a little bit of time, restoring them both and bringing them up. By this time, the sergeant and the guards and Zolos have managed to put out the fire. The sergeant comes back out into the hallway, leans against the door and says, "This barracks' luck is getting worse and worse and worse." They then look at all of you and said, "What the hell happened in there?" What do you say?
I mean, honestly, I have no
Just a little
idea. I was just playing
miscalculation.
with.
Dreezy says miscalculation. Dreezy?
Look, this is very, very substantial mathematics here, and sometimes I make a mistake. I don't know what to tell you.
That was you. The sergeant just puts their hand up to their eyes and just rolls their fingers over their eyeballs in a very painful motion, as though they're just like, what the fuck am I going to do with all of these people? Private Boomy, please refrain from any sort of alchemical concoctioning while you're in the barracks.
Stands up straight and gives this very sarcastic, "Serious there!"
Oh, do you though? I feel like this is an an anarchist check.
Oh, okay, yep.
God damn
Okay. I don't know what it means, but I love it.
But you got to make a check every time an authoritative figure gives you a command. So you're going to be rolling a d12. I feel like this is going to be a 6. Or actually, no. I'm gonna change that. You love explosions, Boomy. You love explosions.
Okay.
I feel like this needs to be at least a 4.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
You think that's fair?
Roll the 3.
Wow. So yeah, you snap to attention and give that salute. The sergeant looks you over and, very well. Well, the barracks are, they're gonna need to be aired out, and we need to figure out what's salvageable in there. Oh, jeez. Yo.
Don't worry, I lots of uses for these little bits and bobs. And he's like picking up like splinters of like wood and metal and stuff and like putting them in a bag, and they're like, stop that.
Oh, absolutely. The sergeant just rolls their eyes and says, "Come downstairs. We need to talk." And without further word, they go heading down the hall and down to the stairs.
So I think, like, that seems really cool if you could do it not directly on you. Is there a way you could maybe put it somewhere else? The fire thing?
I only had a safe workspace. You know, I think I could churn these things out, but here it's too dangerous.
So we gotta find you a workshop. Interesting. Okay, I'll put it on the list. And, I think Skarn's just gonna pull out that notebook of theirs with all the questions and write, "Safe workshop?" at the bottom of the list.
Awesome.
Muted.
Does anybody else have anything they want to do before heading down to meet with the sergeant?
Let's do it.
Okay. You all make your way down to the main level. The bodies, fortunately, have been removed at this point, and some of the members of the militia have gone to the trouble of scrubbing away the blood and all of that. So, at least it's a bit cleaner than the last time your group was down here. The sergeant calls you all over to sit down at the table, and once you all take your places, Varamax says, "There's been a lot going on while you are all recovering and that sort of thing, although none of you are looking all that great. I can't deny this fact."
I mean, Zolos is
Yeah.
like, what? He's gonna like, psh. He always looked great.
Well, there is some news that I should bring you up to speed on. We, the militia, as in working in tandem with the village mayor, have decided that all foresting outside of the village is going to be halted until further notice. I've sent word to the capital, apprising them of the situation and requesting their aid. As of now, I have taken command of the militia until such time as the capital either sends us a replacement captain or tells us more what to do. However, we feel here that anyone leaving town would be put in extreme risk. And so we've decided to sequester everyone in town until we can assess this ongoing threat. While it pains me to admit this, we have to send somebody out to at least figure out where these things are coming from. Multiple members of our militia have died. Even more have been slain by the captain himself, who seems to have been somehow infected by that creature that you, Dr. Bloom, was able to destroy. We don't know if that's what happened to everyone we've lost so far. Fortunately, we've kept the bodies of those who died here in the barracks under guard all throughout the night, and nothing has changed about them. No brain creatures have crawled out of their bodies. So, we're relatively sure that they at least have not been infected. As for those who left, there's no way of knowing. We need to send somebody out there. There's no doubt about that. And while I was planning on asking the 5 of you to make that trip, now that I'm looking at you all and seeing the burns, I'm kind of questioning whether or not that would be the best thing. However, on the other hand, the reality is we don't have near enough guards and near enough personnel to both protect the village and keep you all here. Somebody has to go, and, well, you have more practical experience with these things than any of us. Hopefully that practical experience can bring you back without being infected like the captain was. I would like the 5 of you.
Telling you, Sergeant, you chose the right guys.
You say as you're covered in burns and soot and ash.
Just think, if we do this to ourselves, what are we going to do to our enemies?
Hopefully, not do this to us ourselves again.
Probably. The sergeant says, I have spoken with the apothecary, and I've gathered a handful of items which should aid you all. I've also decided to open up the armory. There are a handful of weapons in there that would do much better in the woods than the clubs you all currently possess. I am authorizing you all to arm yourself from the armory and take whatever potions we currently have in stock. I have some as well, and they produce 3 more health potions on the table. Take these and whatever you find in the armory to suit your needs. When you feel ready, we would like you all to head out into the forest to see if you can ascertain where these things are coming from, if there are what it is that's infecting people, and whether or not it poses as much of a threat to our town as we suspect it is. Can we trust you with this mission?
They're all covered in birds after blowing themselves up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the sergeant originally felt more confident in sending you all out, but after seeing Dreezy destroy the barracks, they're like kind of teetering on it. The only reason you like, I'm not going to make you roll for this. The only reason they're asking you all to do this is you have the most practical experience, so maybe you'll be better off.
We got plot armors.
Kind of.
God.
Just like,
I'm not so sure we have that, honestly.
In this very, very small case.
There is no plot armor. I will kill you. I would threaten that, but you seem determined to kill yourself, so I don't really have to do it.
Chaos reign!
I can't speak for my more explosive friends here, but of course you can trust us.
If you want questions asked, we're definitely the group to ask them. Whether you'll get answers, I couldn't say, but we can ask for sure.
Is there a certain command structure we should follow when we're out in the woods? He's just kind of winking at him.
Give me some honeyed words.
Now this is going to be the one I fail.
This is going to be, let's find out. Here's the thing. they don't have the highest opinion of you, but you've also kind of spoken to them and convinced them a couple times. So we're going to go right in the middle of the road. If you can... Actually, yeah, I'll maybe one higher. If you can roll a 4 or higher, you're in charge of the mission.
4 or lower?
Yeah, 4 or lower.
3 to row? Shit!
Take me to your leader, me. Oh my God.
Yeah, unfortunately with that 8, the sergeant looks at you and the rest of the group and says, yes, I think the most educated among you should be in charge of this group. And then they turn to you, Dr. Bloom, and they say, will you accept responsibility and take command of this troop?
Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a captain.
I'm glad I got you to do a damn it, I'm a doctor line.
If you want my professional opinion, I believe maybe Skarn would be better suited to potentially lead us.
I mean, I
Should not
appreciate
be
the
me.
confidence, but I don't know if that's a great idea. I mean, that doesn't.
Don't
Skarn
twist
it
my
is.
leg. I'll do it.
No, no.
Skarn it is. Skarn, you are given a field commission of acting corporal for this mission.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
I guess if we're gonna go out there, I should ask. Do you have numbers on how many people have been sent out there? If we assume that everyone's been infected, it would probably help to know how many potential hostiles there are.
including the captain, a total of 8 have been sent out. 2 groups of 3,
not right.
and then the captain and the woodsman who did not make it back.
And there was also the headless boy they brought in during dinner.
Yes, I did count them among them.
So 2 are dead at least.
Okay, that's better. So we're not that outnumbered. It's a start.
Do this intelligently, Skarn. Your mission is to find out where these things are coming from, ascertain the threat, see if you can determine any indications that anything that shows somebody who's been infected. The doctor will prove a large asset in that. Return here once you've discovered these things. And be safe. We can't afford to lose anyone else.
I'll do my best, sir. Thank you.
With that, the sergeant goes over and does unlock the armory for you all to sort through it. I'm just going to let you know of what you're able to find. In total, you're able to find 3 more healing potions, so that's 6 in total your group has. You're also able to find 3 potions of wound closure. Each of those will drop a wound by 1.
Speaking of wounds,
Mm-hmm.
so in the rules that we have access to, it only says that life-threatening injury at level 3 means that we can't heal from rest. Does level 2 or level 1 have any like stipulations to it?
No, you just what it specifically says is while you have this wound, you cannot have gain health by resting. So as long as you have the life-threatening wound, you can't gain health by resting.
Okay.
But you can still heal up from drinking potions. You can heal up through magic. You can heal up through means like that. It's just from resting that you cannot heal from. So in total, like I said, you have the 6 healing potions, the 3 wound closure potions. Go ahead and somebody can mark that in your journal.
You've got a group inventory one that I started. I've got those on, so I'm editing that now.
Sounds good.
Thank you for that.
So, did anybody else have? I guess is there anything else we're getting? I mean, do you want to keep your vial of your Molotov cocktail that you did make and didn't go boom?
Yeah, last time I made 2 and I used 1, so I should have 1, right?
Yep.
So I guess is that going to be you going to hang on to that, or do you want me to put it on the list?
Yeah, I can have that on my sheet.
And then I guess what kind of actual weaponry is there? I mean, is there a certain, I don't know, special sword that might have been wielded by a horse-like creature?
That one is not in the armory itself, unfortunately. There are some just basic long swords and short swords and daggers and crossbows and spears in there. Everyone can arm themselves with a weapon if they want to.
We keep track of ammunition?
Not really.
Okay.
I only ever did for blood for special ammo.
Well, that's also because you kept finding them and you had like a zillion, so I didn't really care.
Oh, so what are the options for weapons?
Your options are long sword, short sword, daggers, hand crossbows, spears.
I'll take a spear.
It's like 3 times your body length.
That is true.
Cut it down.
You can find a short spear.
Make it into a short spear?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Are there longbows?
There is no longbows. These are all basic weapons. None of the weapons will give you a D8 for attacking. They're all basic stuff. But everyone can arm yourselves as you see fit. So you're not just using a club that just does knockout damage, subdual damage.
Yeah, I'm small, so I guess a short sword would be a long sword to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A dagger would almost be a long sword to you.
A dagger's a short sword. A short sword's a long sword for a short person. Is there any other preparation anyone wants to do before heading out?
Well, I guess I'm just throwing this out here. I don't want to, use up everything we've got right away. But, Dreezy, Lark, you're kind of not looking so great right now. Do you want to take a couple of those health potions right away so you don't get knocked over by the first breeze that comes along?
Yeah, I think that would help.
Yeah.
Alright, so we each take a potion.
Skarn is conveniently omitted.
Is the potion just gain 1 health?
Yeah, the potions are gain 1 health.
Cool.
There is. I mean, do we want to keep the wound closure ones for later?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we would know this internally, but mechanically speaking, we could only reduce the wounds by 1, right? So that wouldn't be enough to get rid of them, so it wouldn't really have any effect.
That's true.
We might be better off saving them in case we run into some weird wound in the forest.
Yeah, so we got 4 healing potions left on the list.
Okay.
Doctor's gonna take a hand crossbow.
Absolutely.
And I think I'm just going to stick with that same crossbow we had from yesterday.
Do any of you take melee weapons?
Oh, yeah.
I grab a short. I'm gonna keep the crossbow, and I'm gonna grab a short sword.
Okay.
Are
AKA
there
long
any,
sword to me.
daggers?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can take a couple daggers.
Okay. I'm gonna take a couple daggers for throwing, because I can throw things.
What
Uh,
are weapons?
Since we are a island nation, are there any, like, tridents in there as well?
Yeah. Let's say there's a trident.
Yeah. He's taking one of those, and then he's going to take a short sword.
Okay,
Yep.
so then would the swords be small melee weapon or medium melee weapon?
For mechanics purposes, they would be considered small melee weapons.
Small, okay. They can be concealed. Wahaha.
Yeah, long sword cannot be concealed, but a short sword can. Yeah, if you took a long sword or if you took a spear, those are considered medium melee weapons. Or actually, no, sorry, the spear is a polearm.
Since he whittled his down, what would his be?
I feel like because you like cut yours in half, Dreezy, you could consider it a medium melee weapon that
Maybe
does
like a
have reach.
staff?
Yeah,
Like a quarter staff, just with a pointy end?
yeah, basically, more or less. Like you're not going to be able to use it at long distances, but you can still use it as a melee weapon.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, well. Once you're all geared up and you have your potions, you have your armor on, and you're ready to make your way out. The sergeant gives you a writ of passage. It's basically a note explaining your mission to the those who are guarding the gates. And as you all make your way out of the town, the guards who check you out tell you, well, good luck. We've heard that of what's going on. It sounds pretty rough out there. Just keep yourselves safe. Don't do anything stupid, and make sure you get yourselves home.
That would be great. That would be very great, yes. Guess before we go, anyone know the sort of direction we're going? Because I've never, I'm not familiar with these woods. We might have an issue if we can't get to where we're going.
Does anybody have any thoughts?
Didn't they, I know they
What was the
said
question?
where the direction, wasn't it north? So what, northeast or northwest of town is where the thing dropped in?
Does anybody remember what I told you?
Oh, what? Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, I thought it was northwest.
I got my notes. It's okay.
I thought so.
See.
I'm also checking notes.
I was
Well,
slightly concussed and the tinnitus was real bad. Lark didn't pick up much from that meeting.
Yeah,
That's
I just
valid.
have it
I
on
just
there.
have
Missing
just have
patrol
down the details that
investigating
Tom
fallen.
said.
Yeah, missing patrol investigating fallen star. Captain and Sarge are concerned. I didn't put direction, but I want to say it was to the north.
Dreezy, what were you saying?
Yeah, I just have the details of like that the soldiers were down, but I didn't have anything about the location.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bloom?
same.
I keep said notes, and yet why?
Well,
No,
good
unfortunately.
news. This is early days. I'll allow somebody to try to make a recall knowledge check. We'll use a Pathfinder term. So somebody, one person can roll me a D10. If you have anything that allows you to change this, like if you have some type of skill that helps you with history or recalling information or that sort of thing, that'll allow you to roll a D8. But if not, somebody roll me a D10 and try to hit a 5.
I'd say let the doc do it.
See, it doesn't help, does it?
What's that?
Would investigate help given the description for investigate?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Sweet. The
Then that would give you your D8.
sweet.
D8 aiming for a 5.
D8. Aiming for a 5.
Whew.
Ah, close. Just right there.
Okay. Good news is Zolos, or at least Joe, is kind of remembered correctly, and it coins the same thing. Northwest into the woods near the mountain range. The woodsman had specifically described pretty close to the foot of the mountains, right where the woods reach and start heading up. So that gives you at least a little bit of a way to go. They did specifically say that it was the mountains to the northwest, and you can all kind of orient yourselves because you're leaving from the north gate. And you kind of just look, okay, there's the mountains, that's the northwest there. Pretty sure it's headed at least in that direction. So you all start making your way to the northwest. Next thing I'm going to ask for is a check for, like bushcraft. You're looking for tracks. You're looking for anything out of the ordinary. You're trying to find something that'll point you in the right direction as you start heading into the forest proper. You know from what the woodsmen have said. They've talked a little bit about like following trails and that sort of thing, and you know that two groups of guards have been sent out. The first one was just out there doing their normal patrol. The second one was looking for the first, and they had some woodsmen with them. And then the captain himself, as a centaur, makes some pretty unique footprints. So, does anybody have any skills or abilities that allow them to track in the forest? Okay.
Nope.
Then I think that we're going to need our leader then. The corporal in charge to make for me a we're just going to call this a bushcraft check. You're looking for tracks, you're looking for anything to spot things out of the ordinary that might lead you in a direction. This is just going to be a D10 check. I feel like let's keep aiming for that 5.
Okay. Here we go.
Nope.
You get effort?
A for
You got
effort.
effort.
So don't forget, when you fail a check, you get to add 1 effort to your sheet again. So do that. Bad news is you lead your party into the woods and you all just start wandering about. You find something you think is a trail. It looks like footprints, and you start following. And it leads you in the complete opposite direction. You spend several hours wandering about and eventually lose that trail and end up lost as the sun slowly starts to set. What do you all do?
Well, that's darn frustrating. We followed this trail all the way here, and there's not a monster or a weird rock to be found.
It is infuriating.
Wait, are we disappointed that we haven't that there's no monster? I'm okay with there not being a monster.
Well, I was kind of hoping there would be a monster, because that's what we're supposed to be doing out here, is getting rid of it, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, bring it on. I'll blow them right up.
But if they're not here, then... I mean, they gotta be somewhere. They're not back in the town, are they?
So out
they're
of
not.
character, Nico just wants to point out we haven't spent that coin, have we?
No.
No, is there any way we can
Should
use
have
it?
fucking used it when I was gonna be the goddamn leader.
Sorry. I just
Why didn't you,
You know
think
what?
of that?
Alright, how about with his sweet talk ability, if they're lost, he's just kind of leaning against a tree, just like picking his nails, like just looking at him, just like, yeah, you know, I tried to be leader, guys. I'm sorry, I tried. I could have been helping us out this whole time.
Zolos, if you know
It's
where
like
you're going, why...
If you'd like, I can take a look.
I mean, yeah, that would be fantastic.
Are you sure? I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I mean, you are the corporal after all. Don't want to be insubordinate.
Yes,
He totally wants to be
that's-
insubordinate, but he's not telling anybody that.
I mean, I'm not. We all know that.
Hey,
The sergeant just said that because we have to follow protocol. I don't know what I'm doing.
it's all right, Limestone. You're right. You're fine. You're in charge. I mean, I forgot that I was going to start giving everybody nicknames. He's just going to start calling me a different type of rock every time. He's like, I can take a look if you like. I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert tracker. I mean,
I would appreciate
You
it.
show me a piece of water, and I will definitely be able to figure it out. The land, not so great, but I'll try. I'll try. If everybody wants me to try, I mean,
But please do.
just real smug as shit. Yeah, and he'll burn the token. I'll burn the token to give him his crit.
Well, it's not a crit.
Or,
We're not
well, it's
playing
an
Curse
extra-
of Strahd.
It's an extra
It's
dice.
an extra dice. So if you want to use your random Rhapsody dice, you can make a bushcraft check as well, and you can use 2 dice to make that roll.
And it's a 5, right?
You're aiming for a 5. You're looking for a trail in the forest.
Okay, my goddamn it. Oh, I didn't. God damn, I did 1 dice. Son of a bitch. Forget that you gotta actually click on the... It doesn't give you a sliding scale, it just gives you a number you gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
Two dice. No, that's what I want. Shows everything else proper, but... Oh! I got the credit.
that's incredible.
You know what? I got both. I got a 1 and an 8.
Wow.
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 Oh, I guess it would be a 1 and a 10 at this point for a D10. But yeah, so
Damn.
I just like he just like starts looking around. He goes, dude, Granite, come here. He goes, look at this. He goes, the footprints are right over here. You were so close, so close. And then he just kind of moves away some brush and just a big ass, I guess, horseshoe. Would they be horseshoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clip Clop came through here, so I mean, we're gonna go.
Flip.
Hey, he's dead now. I killed him. I took his power. I can call him whatever I want. That was more out of character than in character.
No, I feel like that was definitely in character.
I think Zolos might say that too. So yeah, he picked up the
Blend
captains.
together, Joe.
The most easiest to recognize prince. He picked up the captains.
Yeah, you absolutely do, and you're like, oh shit, it's right there. We can follow this, and you do so as the sun slowly begins to set over the horizon. It is getting dark as you continue through the woods. One of you has to light up a torch. Who lights up a torch?
Not Boomy.
I was gonna say, it's like, Boomy would be the likely choice, but also the worst choice. So I would feel that his torches blow up at the end.
Probably.
I volunteer. Dr. Bloom volunteers.
Okay, Dr. Bloom volunteers. You equipped yourselves before you left, so you definitely have a torch with you. And as you're following this trail, leading farther and farther into the woods, you eventually start angling, following this trail, and it leads you to in the direction of the mountain once again. You're feeling a bit more confident now as you make your way, going through the trees, hearing nary a sound. There's not a bat screeching or an owl hooting. There isn't a wolf howling. It's eerily quiet. But then, as you continue on, in the distance, you see that the trees begin to open up on a little bit of a clearing. And I'm going to go ahead and show you another map. You all look out in the darkness. You can barely see, little more than thanks to the glow of the doctor's torch that they're holding up as you all make your way along this trail. In the distance, you can see a shadow or a shape. The trees are opening up more, and there's something out there bigger than some of the trees, embedded in the dirt ahead of you. There's this large clearing where no trees are whatsoever there. But in the darkness, there's this shape. It's tall, at least 15 or more feet, angular and long, with these odd sort of bulbous protrusions out on either side, and towards the back, long, flat pieces that almost kind of look like wood, but it's hard to tell in the darkness. The structure seems to come to a point at the far end, though. And you can see in the dirt not only the shapes of the hoof prints, the horseshoe prints from the captain, but boot prints as well, numerous sizes, and these long gouges in the dirt that make you think almost like pincer-like claws, almost like a crab's. You continue moving forward, quietly, cautiously, And this odd silhouette in front of you seems to loom above you. As you get closer, you can make out a dark portal in the structure. It almost appears to be a door. And there's a ramp leading downward. Stairs almost. But you can't make out anything beyond that. But there appears to be a portal, an open doorway in this long structure. But that's all you can really see at the distance right now. So, what do you do?
Can we see the bodies on the ground at this point yet, or?
Make a perception check.
I will. Can we all make the perception check?
Everybody can, and those of you who have investigation can absolutely roll that d8.
So it can be a 5 or 6, or what do you got for the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be a 4.
Oh. No.
Oh, I just missed it.
Here we go. We got a couple.
Would the fact that I have dark vision impact the difficulty for me?
Actually, yes, it would. This is going to take it up a notch. So if you're rolling an investigation with a d8, you're going to roll it as a d6.
Oh, shucks. Cool. Alright, bear with me. The difficulty is a 6.
The difficulty is a 4.
Oh, it's a 4.
Yeah.
Ah. I rolled a 5. Alas.
Okay, unfortunately, you do not see them, but Lark and Skarn in the distance, like you're looking along the ground, and you can't see those shadowy lumps on the ground, not far from the structure of this thing in the clearing. There's definitely bodies on the ground, quite a few of them, in fact.
Did you find a map with blown up heads, or did you somehow do that yourself?
Oh, I just made this. This is all.
Okay. I was gonna say that's I was like, son of a bitch, somebody found the perfect map.
You know I make all my maps. What are you talking about?
I know, but I just, how do you do little blown up? That's impressive.
I'm just that good, buddy.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
I will let the audience actually see what we're talking about here. But here's the... There's the bodies on the ground. There's the structure that they can see right there, at least a little bit. Anyway, so what do you do?
Okay, well, there's a bunch of dead guys over there, so we're in the right place. Okay, so whatever killed him was probably inside that thing. So we don't want to go in there because that's where it is. So maybe
where it came from.
Well, that's fair. But I'd still rather, if we can, I don't know if this is, like, just make a bunch of noise, try to draw it out, so that way we're not in its house when we're fighting it.
Distractions are my specialty, kinda.
There's not really a place we can pull up here. There's no real fortifiable areas, I don't think, unless we want to spend the time to try and build a little barricade, but I don't know how well that would work.
Any of these
We
trees are
gotta
they
ambush 'em.
bushes?
Say that again, Lark.
Are any of this greenery, are any of them trees or are they just bushes?
Most of them are trees. There are some smaller things that are bushes on the map.
Is there a climbable tree?
Oh yeah,
I would
most
like
of them are
to-
climbable.
I would like to hide in a climbable tree.
Oh,
Skarn, can you throw me up into the tree, please?
but the-
I'll fly you up.
it is
Ooh,
like a
I'll
clear-
literally take you.
yay!
It does look like it crashed in a clearing though, so we're not like in thick woods, right?
Well, it is fairly thick, but where this thing is currently structured, like, it's in the middle of a clearing. You have to get kind of closer to
Yeah.
investigate
Well,
beyond that, but you can see that it's a clearing in the trees, and there's a large structure that's about 15 feet tall, half embedded in the dirt, and there's an open door.
my question on that, why I was bringing that up, is because let's just say a certain pyromaniac, goblin, were to, I don't know, set this tree on fire. We're not going to
Oh, that
burn
would
down
happen.
like
There's
the whole
nobody like that
forest,
around here.
right? Since this one's kind of separated from the other trees on your map.
Yeah, that's not how fire works, I'm afraid.
Well, if you speak, I would say he does have a Molotov cocktail. He could set the tree on fire.
Yes,
what I was
he
saying.
absolutely could. He absolutely
But
could
it
set the
won't
tree on fire.
spread to other trees because the closest trees are the ones we're in a clearing. That's why I was asking this little area if it was thick woods or.
So again, it depends on the circumstances because like wind tends to push fire. If there's a lot of dead stuff on the ground, that can spread fires. Like the only way to light a tree on fire and guarantee it's not like. There's always the possibility. I can't say for certain that like nobody can determine that because there's a lot of different factors that are included.
Willing to roll those dice though.
I mean, you certainly can. I'm not telling you not to.
Literally.
But I'm just saying that you can't know for certain if you were to light any specific tree on fire that it wouldn't cause other trees to ignite.
Did I not ever mention that he's got a fault or a struggle called arrogant, that he always thinks his plans will work?
Oh, sure.
Yep.
And
But maybe we don't want to start a forest fire because those are kind of big and unpredictable. And
well, we want to
The
make a
town is a
distraction,
logging
right?
town. We don't want to. Well, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I don't want to distract them. I want to lure them out of their nest.
Yeah, if you set
Could I
the tree on
possibly
fire,
create,
that's gonna lure them out.
What's up?
Create something like what do you call those little things? Those little like snappers you throw. They're basically like a tiny bit of gunpowder in like tissue.
Just snaps.
The little
They're just
snap. Yeah, a little snap, crackle, pop, whatever. Like something like that. That's not like an explosive, but just makes like a little bit of sound. Is that something I could craft?
Let's see here.
I would think, do we have the materials for it's the only issue.
Could we see
I mean,
Or
I-
even
this-
like a noisemaker, something I could like just twirl around like
So
I
you
think
haven't
I
made.
can
So here's
handle
my
the noise.
Yeah, here's my answer. Could you make it? Yes. Do you have the stuff on hand that would allow you to make it? Probably. You collect things all the time. You would know that it takes more than like a few seconds to make. You would actually have to sit down and probably make it, like spend a good 20, 30 minutes or so making these things, and that would make one, and then like every 5 or so minutes after that you'd make another and another and another. Could you do that? Yes, you absolutely have the ability to. Whether or not you want to do that, it's up to you.
also, Nico had a question.
Right.
Yes, what's up?
How does the group feel about checking for multiple entrances? Because why don't we just suffocate them in their own nest? That's what Dr. Bloom is thinking. If this is their nest and there's only one way in and only one way out,
How would we suffocate them, though?
Yeah,
Fire?
I mean, is it airtight?
Do
Why?
they breathe?
I mean, that's a good question. Do they breathe? All good questions.
It was a brain, and you said there was no digestive tract. Was there? I don't know if there was like.
Have
breathing?
brain lungs?
They didn't have brains,
Brain bones.
but I will say that killing things with fire, especially since we have someone who can support this endeavor of killing things with fire, if we cut off their only entrance, that'll at least make it really bad for them. I don't know. Maybe this is a darker part of my past as Dr. Bloom that I should not be revealing right now. But there you have it. That's one option.
Well, I guess roughly what I was thinking is I can handle making enough noise to draw something out if it's in there, right? We would need to be in an advantageous position first, because otherwise we're just getting in the same fight that we'd be getting in inside, you know what I mean? So we just need to, like, up the tree is great, at places where they can't necessarily just charge us and overwhelm us.
Yep.
I mean, I think we've mostly got crossbows, right? So if we have the distance, we can just sort of bear down and try and take them out before they even get to us, is the hope.
I think we should secure the perimeter. Look all the way around this thing before we try going inside or anything else.
That makes sense. I'd be worried about them noticing us doing that, though.
We are sitting here with a torch, and they could probably see the light if they're watching.
Mhm.
But they haven't come after us.
Well, maybe they're just being quiet about it.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, with
Doesn't
that spooky, ominous thing, I'm gonna go hide in a tree.
I guess I will aid by hiding in a tree. Before we do that, does anyone else here have dark vision?
I didn't take that trait, no.
No. Okay. Would it be possible? Maybe then I won't be able to help you go up in the tree because maybe I should just survey it aerially since I can both fly and see in the dark.
Oh,
Would that
yeah,
be
that
beneficial?
would be great if you could take an overhead look.
Okay. That I can do.
Okay, so you're going to have Dr. Bloom alight into the air and kind of scout the area around. What are the rest of you doing while the doctor is doing that?
Up into the branches of the tree.
Okay. Make for me a climbing check. This is probably just going to be a D10, unless you have something else. We'll say you pick a tree that has good branches and some support and that sort of thing. Which tree do you want to choose?
Are we, as a group, gonna get closer, or are we staying over here?
Well, I mean, my thought is to give as much space as we can so we've got as much room to hit them with range before they get us, but I guess, I don't know. How does everybody else
And
feel
do
about this?
we maybe wanna plant the torch, like, over here, maybe? And then that way we can see them coming, and then start trying to hit them before they get to us?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then if we do that, then I'll up in this tree then, please.
Also, they might go towards
Fine.
the torch, which is not where we are, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's true.
Climbing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
which tree are you choosing?
The one that's closest to us. That
Okay, that
one.
one there. Okay, that I think that's gonna be a 6.
6.
Mhm.
Okay. 9.
You at least manage to get up a little bit, but then you just fall and land on your rump.
Awesome
Ow.
climbing. This and the one shot I just.
It is 10 o'clock now, so I think this is actually a pretty good place to end things for this evening. You can at least see the structure in the distance. You're moving yourself into position while the doctor takes to the air to start scouting. So that's where we're going to leave things. Well done, everybody. You've at least made your way through the woods and have survived not one, but two team member attacks.
Sorry.
That's funny. Well, we always go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. So, Joe, since you're the one who did the recap, why don't you go first?
Well, I am Mr. Zolos Vohnagath, but I also play Corwin Oliver Goodwood on our Curse of Strahd campaign coming Wednesday. That should be fun. Since birds aren't real was the last thing that was said in that campaign, I guess I have to pretend that birds aren't real now. You can find me at Blood from Stone on Twitter, or X as it's called now, and that's about it.
Right on.
The government, they're not real, right? You know that.
Oh yeah, they're a construct. I mean,
Yeah.
it's complete fabrication. It's just like, hey, it's also flat, and they just don't want you to know about it. It's all right, everybody.
Right. I'm sure.
Mhm.
Nico, why don't you go next?
Hi everyone, my name is Nico and I play Dr. Ezra Bloom, as I apparently am both here and not here. I exist and not exist. So this is very, very interesting reality I live in. You can find me on the internet at static_blue_stray. And that's it for me.
Right on. Random Rhapsody exclusive. Coins, you're next.
Alright, I'm Coins. I play Dreezy Boomy. And if you want to find me or communicate with me on the internet, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, whatever, everything is at Devil Fetish.
Right on. Alyssa, you're next.
Alyssa, if you want to find me on the interwebs, at Alyssa Crochets on Instagram, I make nerdy little crocheted dolls and such. Currently working on a new thing. Can't tell it, but it's an arm.
Heck yeah.
Oh, there's blood!
There's blood. So cute. Nobody, you're next.
Absolutely. I am Nobody. I play acting Corporal Skarn Ganister. If you're looking for me on the internet, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Nobody Adams. That's Adams with 2 Ds. I do all sorts of stuff. Most prominently, I play games for All on the Table RPGs on the first and fourth Saturdays of every month. I'm also on 2 weekly podcasts. Us Weirdos Have to Stick Together, which is about queer representation in cartoons, and The Axe Files, which is a 9 chapters a week reread of every single Animorphs book in order. And on top of all that, I also make chainmail jewelry, so, it's a good time.
Heck yeah. Very cool. We'll definitely check them out. And I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me running games for these wacky weirdos every Monday and Wednesday here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can also find me on All on the Table RPGs, where I play twice a month as well, the second and fourth Saturdays of the month. Also in March, I've got a ton of stuff coming out. I'm going to be on Lost Caravan RPG on the 3rd and on the 16th, I want to say. And I might be doing something towards the end of the month as well, so I'll keep you up to date on that, but definitely come and check out all the content that those other creators make, as well as the content we make, because, we're very proud of everything we're doing here. Well, On behalf of everyone here on the Æther-Shanties crew and everyone with Random Rhapsody, I just want to say thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long, good luck, and until next time, may the winds of the Aether ever fill your sails. And good night.